Boys and girls, today I want to read to you another chapter out of Junie B. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus. And I want to remind you that we don't call friends stupid because that's not kind, right? Second graders don't use the word stupid. But she's a kindergartner and she's using it about the bus. But today, remember, we've talked this week about, or last week, about what we pictured in our minds, and good readers can jot down about what they're thinking, what they're wondering about. Today, I want us to do what we're thinking. Sometimes the book makes you think, oh man, that makes you really think about something. So I'm going to read this chapter and we're going to talk about some things that it makes us think. Chapter 3, The Stupid Smelly Bus. The bus wasn't like my daddy's car at all. It was very big inside, and the seats didn't have any cloth on them. The little curly girl was sitting next to the front, and so I tapped on her. Guess what? I said. Mother said for me to sit here. No, she said. I'm saving this seat for my best friend Mary Ruth Marble. Then she put her little white purse on the place where I was going to sit. I'm thinking that might have hurt Junie B. Jones's feelings, right? And I'm also thinking, I kind of understand where she's coming from. She wanted to save a seat for her friend, but it wasn't very kind to Junie B., right? So I made a face at her. Hurry up and find a seat, young lady, said Mr. Wu. So I quick sat down across from the curly mean girl, and Mr. Wu shut the door. It wasn't a regular kind of door, though. It folded in half, and when it closed, it made a whishy sound. I don't think I like that kind of door. If it closes on you by accident, it'll cut you in half, and you'll make a squishy sound. The bus made a big roar, and then a big puff of black smelly smoke came out the back of it. It's called bus breath, I think. Mr. Wu drove for a while, then the brakes made that loud screechy noise again. I covered my ears so it couldn't get inside my head, because if loud screechy noises get inside your head, you have to take an aspirin. I saw that on a TV commercial. Then the bus door opened again, and a dad and a boy with a grouchy face got on. The dad smiled, and then he plopped the grouchy boy right next to me. This is Jim, he said. I'm afraid Jim isn't too happy this afternoon. The dad kissed the boy goodbye, but the boy wiped it off his cheek. Jim had a backpack. It was blue. I love backpacks. I wish I had one of my very own. One time I found a red one in a trash can, but it had a little bit of gushy on it, and Mother said no. Jim's backpack had lots of zippers. I touched each one of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking Junie B. Jones loves backpacks, right? Then I unzipped one. Hey, don't, yelled Jim. He zipped it right up again. Then he moved to the seat in front of me. I hate that Jim. After that, the bus kept stopping and starting, and lots of kids kept getting on. Loud kids. And some of them were the kind that looked like meanies. Then the bus began getting very noisy and hot inside, and the sun kept shining down on me and my fuzzy hot sweater. And here's another hot thing. I couldn't roll down my window because it didn't have a handle. So it just kept on getting hotter and hotter, and it smelled in the bus too. The bus smelled like an egg salad sandwich. I want to get off of here, I said right out loud, but nobody heard me. I hate it in this stupid smelly bus. Then my eyes got a little bit of wet in them. I wasn't crying though, because I'm not a baby, that's why. I'm thinking Junie B. Jones is really sad if she's crying, right? After that, my nose started running. Only the bus didn't have a glove compartment, which is where you keep the travel tissues, of course. So I had to wipe my nose on my fuzzy pink sweater. Then I stayed on the bus for about an hour or 3, until finally I saw a flagpole and a playground. I'm thinking maybe Junie B. Jones was exaggerating a little, right? It doesn't take an hour or 3 to get to school. That meant we were at kindergarten. Then Mr. Wu drove the bus into the parking lot and stopped. I jumped up very fast, because all I wanted to do was get off that stupid smelly thing. Only guess what? That Jim pushed right in front of me. And the curly mean girl did too. And then the people started squishing me real tight, so I pushed them back away, and they pushed me right back. That's when I fell down, and a big foot stepped on my skirt that looks like velvet. Stop it, I yelled. Then Mr. Wu hollered, hey, 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 and he picked me up and helped me off the bus. Mrs. was waiting for me just like my mother said. Hi, I'm glad to see you, she said. Then I ran over to her and I showed her the big footprint on my skirt that looks like velvet. Yeah, only look what happened. I got stepped on and so now I'm soiled. This is making me think that Junie B is not having that great of a time on the bus, is she? Mrs. brushed it off. Don't worry, Junie, she said. It'll come off. After that, I folded my arms and I made a frown. Because guess what? She forgot my B again. All right. So today, as you're reading your own book, one thing that good readers do, we've talked about good readers write about what they picture in their mind. They can write about what they're wondering about. Let's see if I can focus this a little better. And they can write about what they're thinking. So today in your book, what I want you to do is I want you to read a book that's just right for you. And then I want you to write, I'm thinking that, and you might put a little T, I put a little T with a circle on it to help you know that was what you were thinking. So today you're going to put the title of your book. You're going to put, I was thinking, and tell me something you were thinking as you were reading today. Okay. And then take a picture and show it on Seesaw. Good job.